hear anybody, which means that if you don't reach every single one of them, then you might lose them all. Next. Especially the woman. Definitely especially the woman. Because that's not self-evident. It's not going to happen if you don't want it to happen. It's a reality that you will find on the field. Maybe, personally, I haven't traveled in the Philippines a lot. I've traveled only in Mindanao, so I'm sure when I'm talking about that place. I don't know the rest of the Philippines, but there, you will have to, sometimes you will have to make sure that the women are taking part in all the process, and they can talk and say their own opinion. Next. Again and again. So this is just about the people you work with. So it's very important to select qualified local organizations as implementing partners, able to communicate with the rural communities, not only in their language, but in the language that they understand. I mean, this is Hussein, is one of our project leaders. And when he speaks, then people in the community understand. Okay? They really understand the real meaning of what he's saying, and they trust what he says. So you might also find that, I know, I'm Italian, I'm a foreigner, I'm a stranger. Obviously, when I go there, I mean, there's a barrier. They might not trust me. You're Filipinos, so obviously it's easier for you. You go there, but by my little experience, even among Filipinos, there are divisions. So you might actually find yourself in a situation where you want to carefully choose the people you work with, to make sure that when you reach the final beneficiaries, the victims, the people that you want to help, then there is an understanding between you and them. Next. Right on target. I love this picture. So autonomously, the community elaborates and designs the kind of help they need, how they want it delivered, and how they're going to manage it in a way that doesn't create conflict and that is sustainable. A lot of big words. Basically, again, is repeating the villagers, the people, your beneficiaries, will decide everything about this project. But your role there is to make sure that they take responsibility for what they're doing. So you have to think ahead of anything that might happen. For example, you deliver a specific medicine. Let's say a medicine that is precious, that is expensive, that is and can be dangerous. Okay? Now you have to deliver it to a village. I don't know, a name of a medicine. Living. Cefuroxide. What does that do?
Antibiotic.
Antibiotic. Thanks. Cefuroxide. We are delivering cefuroxide. Okay. Now, then you have to administer it in different times. You can't be there. You can't live in the village sometimes. Okay. So you will have to leave the medicine to give it to someone, and then you will have to make sure that someone gives the medicine in the right dose and to the right people. Okay. So that's when you have to have in mind exactly what is the right way of going about things and make sure that there is a commitment, not only on your side, I mean you provide the help, but there must be a commitment on that side to use the help properly. People are not just the receiving end of something, okay? They take decisions and so they take responsibilities for those decisions. Okay? There's always a dialogue between you and the people that you are helping. There's not something how can I say this? I know for doctors it's slightly different, okay? But because when you're visiting a patient, when you're examining a patient, I mean, the patient is there, you look at him, her, and then you make a diagnosis. But when you give then a prescription to your patient, you're trusting that patient to take the medicine properly. So you have to build that trust with your own patient. It's exactly the same thing, okay? Awards on paper. We make sure all information is shared publicly and preserved on paper by those who help and those who receive the help. Transparency is essential to support communities while empowering them. So next step, not only you take agreement shaking hands, a handshake is not enough, okay? You write down things properly in all the languages that are needed so that everybody understands. It's nothing to sign, okay? We're not speaking about contracts here. It's still a human relationship. But nevertheless, it helps everybody if we can go back to the original agreement that everybody is aware of. Thanks. Okay. Then happy handing, now we are delivering the help. In this case it was material that we were delivering, material that would use to build boats, like bunkers, and fishing nets. Okay, because they basically lost the equipment, the fishing equipment, and they found it difficult to provide food, to get enough food. Next. Yeah, okay. But as I said, sometimes you are supervising, sometimes you actually have to do the job, okay? Now, how much do you think that was heavy? How heavy was that bag? 5 kilos, 10 kilos, 20, 50 kilos, 100. What does it mean? Yes or no? Let's say, let's go. We'll start 5 kilos. Raise your hands. Only one thing, 5 kilos. 10 kilos. Who thinks 10 kilos? Nobody. 20? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 people think 20 kilos. 50 kilos. Guys, I love you. Anyway, the correct answer is 5 kilos. Okay? It's just fishing nets. But thank you. I like you think I'm really strong. I'm not. Okay? Next one. So here we are handing over. The old guy, that's a friend, Natang, okay? He's one of the village leaders. He's the same old guy that you saw in the first picture, and also the same old guy that you saw in Akito's picture, the one I was sitting with. Yeah, so we're handing over there. Next. Yeah, and here is just a picture to show you, you know, like here they're starting to build the bunkers. And that's another good thing. I mean, it's, and that's, I know it's very difficult for you, because in our case, we could even buy the boats, ready-made, and just deliver them. It will not be the same. The sense of ownership that they can have if they build their own boats, you know, and they use their own skills, is so much deeper. And I know for you it's different, because you deliver a very specialized kind of service. It's medicine. I mean, you can't always let people handle it, okay? You can't always do that. But nevertheless, you should try to empower them, and as much as possible to give them responsibility and let them handle a part of the healing process. Next. Okay. Then, thanks a lot. And well, I had some conclusions, but yeah, I just want to say, I don't know if any of you will be doing volunteers. I definitely hope so. The virtues of volunteers have been thoroughly described by Rose, so I don't really need to say anything about it. And I definitely invite you to come and explore a part of the Philippines that is far away from here, but where there's a lot of need for you guys. And in case you want to join the United Nations and help out in that context, please step forward. You will say, okay. So Akito-san will tell you how to do that. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. It's been a pleasure, and hopefully see you again in Cotabato.